Charity is a fundamental human value. It transcends borders, cultures, and religions. At its core, charity is about empathy and action. It's about recognizing the suffering of others. It's about extending a helping hand to those in need. This essay explores the concept of charity across major world religions. We will journey through the sacred texts and teachings of Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. Each faith tradition offers a unique perspective on charity, yet they all converge on a shared belief: we have a moral obligation to care for one another. Charity is not merely an act of kindness, it is a transformative force. It has the power to uplift individuals, strengthen communities, and create a more just and compassionate world. In Islam, charity is an integral part of faith. It is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, known as Zakat. Zakat is an obligatory act of giving a portion of one's wealth to those in need. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, emphasizes the importance of charity. Those who spend their wealth in the way of Allah and do not follow up their charity with reminders of their generosity or hurtful words will have their reward with their Lord. They will have nothing to fear, nor will they grieve. Quran 2:262. Zakat is not merely a financial transaction, it is an act of purification and gratitude. It reminds Muslims that everything they possess is a gift from God. By sharing their wealth, Muslims acknowledge God's blessings and strive to create a more equitable society. Charity is at the heart of Christian teachings. Jesus Christ constantly emphasized love, compassion, and caring for the poor and marginalized. One of the most well-known stories in the Bible is the parable of the Good Samaritan. This story teaches Christians to show compassion and kindness to everyone, regardless of their background or beliefs. The Gospel of Matthew quotes Jesus, "For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat, I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink, I was a stranger and you invited me in." Matthew 25:35. This passage highlights the importance of meeting the basic needs of the less fortunate. It's a call to action for all Christians to practice charity in their daily lives. In Judaism, charity is deeply intertwined with the concepts of tzedakah and tikkun olam. Tzedakah, often translated as charity, literally means righteousness. It is considered a moral obligation, not just an act of kindness. Tikkun olam, meaning repairing the world, emphasizes the Jewish responsibility to make the world a better place. Charity, in the Jewish tradition, is seen as a way to fulfill both tzedakah and tikkun olam. The Torah states, "You shall not harden your heart, nor close your hand to your poor brother." Deuteronomy 15:7. This verse emphasizes the importance of empathy and generosity towards those experiencing poverty. It's a reminder that we have a shared responsibility to care for the vulnerable members of our community. Section 5. Charity in Hinduism, Dharma, and Karma. Hinduism emphasizes the concepts of Dharma and Karma. Dharma refers to one's duty and righteous conduct, while Karma refers to the cycle of cause and effect. Charity, known as dana in Hinduism, is considered an important aspect of Dharma. It is believed that giving to those in need generates positive karma and purifies the soul. The Bhagavad Gita, a sacred Hindu text, states, "The offering of oneself, the offering of wealth, austerity, study, and non-violence, these are the 5 great sacrifices." This verse highlights the importance of selflessness and generosity as part of one's spiritual practice. It encourages Hindus to make charity a part of their daily lives. Section 6. Charity in Buddhism, Compassion and Right Action. Compassion and loving kindness are fundamental principles in Buddhism. Charity, in the Buddhist context, is an expression of these virtues. Buddhists believe that helping others alleviates suffering and contributes to a more harmonious world. Right action, one of the elements of the Eightfold Path in Buddhism, includes engaging in ethical and compassionate conduct. This includes generosity and helping those in need. The Buddha taught, "If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it in some way." This quote underscores the importance of generosity in Buddhist teachings. It encourages Buddhists to cultivate a spirit of giving in their daily lives. Section 7. Charity in Sikhism, Vanchako. Sikhism places a strong emphasis on social justice and equality. Vanchako, a core principle in Sikhism, translates to sharing and consuming together. It emphasizes the importance of sharing one's wealth and resources with those less fortunate. The Guru Granth Sahib, the Sikh holy book, states, "He alone is truly charitable who gives his earnings to the needy without any hesitation." This teaching underscores the importance of selfless giving in Sikhism. Sikhs believe that true charity comes from a place of genuine compassion and a desire to alleviate suffering. Section 8. Charity in Ancient Civilizations versus Modern Humanity. Charity has always been a central aspect of human civilization, reflecting values of compassion, mutual aid, and moral responsibility. In ancient civilizations, charity was often seen as a spiritual and religious duty. Egyptians linked charity to Ma'at, Mesopotamians emphasized it through the Code of Hammurabi, and in India, dana was integral to spiritual growth. Greeks and Romans tied charity to civic duty and honor, while Judeo-Christian traditions saw it as a moral obligation. Charity was often localized and communal, focusing on supporting one's immediate community. Rulers and elites engaged in charity as a display of wealth and authority. In modern times, charity continues to reflect these ancient values, but the scale and methods have evolved with societal changes. Section 9. Bridging the Gap, a call to action. Bridging the gap between the ideal of charity and the reality of greed and poverty requires a multifaceted approach. We must start by examining our own hearts and actions. Are we living up to the values of compassion and generosity espoused by our respective faiths? We must also work to create a more just and equitable society that provides opportunities for all. This includes advocating for policies that address systemic poverty, promoting education and access to healthcare, and challenging discriminatory practices. We can support organizations and initiatives that are working to alleviate poverty and empower marginalized communities. By working together, we can create a world where the spirit of charity prevails and everyone has the opportunity to thrive.